perfect working order here. This is my first crack at it, so it looks like we have the two team leaders in here. So first and foremost, welcome to the Siege Contender Series. This is the June Siege Contender Series tourney. My name is Interrobang. I am representing Powerhouse Gaming, who is one of the, I guess, contenders in this Contender Series. And we are going to be broadcasting live a match of the evening, which so far is against Team Tag and Bag and Team Nightfall Gaming. This will be Tag and Bag's fourth match so far this season, and will be Nightfall Gaming's third. Teams having a bye week, they were awarded one free win because of it, and we are going to be starting off game number 1 here on Coastline. The rules are very similar to what you have come to know and expect from competitive Rainbow Six. That means that it is the first to 5 unless you go to overtime, and then it is the first to 6. If it becomes 4-4, then you move into overtime, and there are 3 overtime rounds. The first team to win 2 of those will be the victor for that game. The heads-up display is very limited in regards to notifications. You do not know when you kill a drone. You do not get an alert if you destroy a device. You do not get an alert if you take somebody down in terms of an injury. So it's up to you and your team to communicate adequately with one another and know exactly what's going on, because you do not have the game babysitting you and walking you through it. For those that are tuning in, there is a 3-minute delay. That is the average time for a round, unless it goes into overtime, in which case, at that point, whether it's 3 minutes or not is not going to make a huge difference. But with a 3-minute delay, that prevents there from being stream sniping, number 1. And number 2, it allows teams to be able to play without gathering intel on each other. Even if there is a 2-minute delay, you can still know who they're running, where everything is, etc. So with that 3 minutes, the idea is that you're not going to have anybody that's watching know what's going on for that round for the opposing team. The blue team that's going to be starting on attack is Team Nightfall Gaming. You'll see the period and then the NF, that is their tag. On the other team, TAB, no, I guess no technical periods or underscores or lines or anything like that. They're Team Tag and Bag. Chad the Dude, Anti-Thunder, Too Valiant, Corin, and Silent. Silent is their sub, as one of their members is currently out of state. So we see Silent playing, and Corin is their newest member here, who has only been a member of Tag and Bag for a couple weeks now. On the left side, blue team, the attackers, Nightfall Gaming, Flick, Alpha, Tense, Psych, and Escobar. Now that Escobar is in, it looks like we are readying up. We have been broadcasting now for almost 3 minutes, and I just want to make entirely certain that we are broadcasting on the correct channel here and that everything is looking fine in terms of levels. You might hear my keyboard in the background. I will be using a controller for observation and for spectating, so you won't hear anything in the background. I'm just going to make entirely certain that we are queued up, and there we are. The stream is now currently live, so thank you so much for tuning in. We hope that you enjoy what you're watching so far. This is the Siege Contender Series, like I said. My name is Interrobang, and we are going to start match number 1, as we are just waiting on 3 to be ready. It appears that their entire team is ready. Game number 1, TDM Bomb on Coastline during the day here. We are about to begin. Team Nightfall Gaming versus Team Tag and Bag. Good luck, have fun, and thank you so much for viewing. Allow me to just get settled in here. I was told that I am allowed to promote my own community. As such, I had just finished doing a couple matches of our Rainbow Six players in our own community here, so it's good to be back casting again. ArcaneX TV, thank you so much and welcome to the broadcast. It looks like the defending team, Tag and Bag, is going to start off with Penthouse and Theater. We have a Mute, a Rook, a Valkyrie, a Smoke, and a Jaeger, just waiting for Nightfall to lock in their last 2 picks. We'll see the double soft breaching power of Sledge and Ash round out their roster, with Buck, Thatcher, and Hibana being their other 5, or the other 3 of their 5.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can. Trauma plates.
Upstairs here. An interesting hold. This is what I would say is probably the most likely scenario for defenders as their starting point. It's relatively easy to defend, a lot easier than other areas. You are, of course, exposed on the east side windows, and then you do have that hatch in the bathroom, which you have no choice but to just defend as you can't reinforce it. Because of this, there are, of course, weak points, as there are with every other bomb site, but at the same time, you will also see them defending this a bit more successfully than, say, downstairs in the kitchen, in Blue Bar, and Sunrise Bar, and so on. So it appears from drone position that Nightfall here is perfectly aware of where they're going to be attacking from. Right now, it looks like they are doing a solid hold in a rotation hole from entertainment room into the bedroom here. And right now, the attackers all look to be assembling from the north as they will scale the wall and get out onto the patio up here, as Escobar will lead the charge for his team. Making the first onto the DJ booth upstairs. This looks like it might be a quick push. They've already got that window open. There will be some return fire from the defenders. Corin will take a bunch of damage as they exchange bullets between one another. Kurt Denning says, I thought this was NightForce. This is NightForce Gaming. I might have said Nightfall Gaming by accident, but it is NightForce indeed. Tense will get pick number 1 of round number 1 with Chad the Dude falling at the end of Tense's rifle. And Flick, a very quick second kill now, taking 2 Valiant out. This will favor NightForce. Good position right now for the attackers. Getting droned out now as Flick looks to make some pressure here in the bedroom. But they'll wait. Alpha and Escobar gathering information for the team. Diffuser is still down.
Tango located. Second floor.
Flick sees Jaeger across the hallway. Out on the other side of the building. And will hold for now. Marked by Escobar's drone, and that will force Jaeger to rotate right into Tense, and that'll be Tense's second kill of the round. This is a 5-2 advantage right now for NightForce Gaming, as they will now push into B. They'll get sights here. Whether they will get a good look on A. There is a peek ever so slightly by Rook in the bomb site A. We'll see just exactly what he sees now as he moves here. Corin still staying alive will look to do some area denial as the first remote gas grenade, the first smoke from smoke will go out. Escobar will drone in. Corin spies that drone, but unfortunately Flick kill number 2 as well. So far Flick intense with both, or with all 4 kills for his team. And Flick will get his third of the round, taking Anti-Thunder out. Didn't even need the bomb. He'll take it 1-0 for Team NightForce. NightForce will now go to the defense here as Tag and Bag looks to make something happen on offense. The maps for this segment will be Coastline and Skyscraper, with Bank as the tiebreaker. Tag and Bag did get to defend first, as you can see, and now they will move to offense. Chad the Dude wasting no time to pick up the Blackbeard skin. 15 whole dollars to the best of my knowledge.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
We see on the defense here a Castle, an Echo, a Pulse, a Jaeger, and a Bandit for the attackers, running a Blackbeard, Thatcher, Hibana, Thermite, and Ash. Once again, they will also be defending the bedroom upstairs. Tag and Bag's drones will do their best to find the bombs, and will do just that. As you saw earlier in the first round, very commonplace, NightForce did save their drones in various spots around the map. A rotation hole will go in between the entertainment room and the bedroom.
5 seconds.
The castles will go up as well. End of the round for the castles, so as to not let the drones know exactly where they are.
Attackers are moving to defuse the bomb.
And some late reinforcements going up here as round number 2 begins. In the front here, Valiant will spy Bandit out. They'll do their best to drone out all the roamers as Bandit there finally getting the drone of Hibana. We see 3 at front door here while Silent Tab drones out for them. They'll take the camera out in the main lobby. Corin all at the back. Alpha grabbing kill number 1 in round number 2, taking Anti-Thunder down. A bit of momentum now stalled here for the attackers as Thatcher had pushed the staircase and unfortunately got punished. And that's going to be another kill this time for NightForce. The Alpha taking 2 Valiant down, Intense finding Silent. That'll leave just Chad the Dude and Corin for Tag and Beg. Just over a minute played here in the round. Corin just waiting, tense on the other side of the door. The standoff and how close in proximity these two are. Corin sees Tense and will try to spray him. Who will get the drop here? Corin will punish Tense and manage to take him down while himself only losing about 20 to 30 health. So leave Thermite still outside while Chad is just waiting very patiently in the front lobby. He'll work on his drone. Sit and wait. Likely have one of his teammates watch the drone as he moves. With that shield on, Blackbeard is a 1-speed, 3-defense operator. He makes a ton of noise. So naturally, those that are listening will be able to hear him quite well. Flick hot on his trail. But will Flick spy Corin, which is going to see who first. Corin! Second kill of the round for him, taking Flick out. They're going to have to move quickly, though. 40 seconds left. It is a 3-2 game right now in terms of operators remaining. There is still that Yokai drone in play as well. Corin picking up kill number 3. That's big, taking Alpha down. He'll get spotted by the camera, but no time to take it out. He'll just feed his teammate or his opponent's information. 25 seconds here. He'll spy through the wall castle, and they'll have to go for a spray. They'll try to get the Thermite off as quickly as they can. Psych getting very close to that Thermite. He'll have to push back now. The first flash will go in for him. He'll get flashed, but he'll still take Corin down. That's Diffuser down. And Chad will have to make a push on him. He'll pull his Deagle out, but unfortunately not able to make Psych pay. Psych will get the kill on Chad the Dude for the second round. That'll be 2-0 for NightForce Gaming. With them successfully defending upstairs, Tag and Bag will now have to, with them not successfully defending upstairs, Tag and Bag can go back. Looks like they will go to Penthouse and Theater. Interesting to see if their strategy is going to change. They themselves are running a castle this time with Jaeger, Smoke, Mira, and Bandit. The attackers still running an Ash and a Sledge, Hibana and Buck. Will they run a Thermite, or are they going to go with another character with smokes? That's the real question. They will go with Thermite, so no smokes for them there.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
What's a setup? Interesting to see where Valiant is going to drop those castle barricades. They weren't even in there. They didn't even need to use the Yokai last round, as the Echo did stay alive till the end of the round. But no diffusal for them to, or no diffuser down for them to have to get knocked out of by the Yokai drone. Castle off the theater here as we look like there's going to be some reinforcements there as they get the mirror wall down, now facing the south stairs from the main lobby. Unsure if they have enough reinforcements left. They will create a bit of a rotation hole here from Penthouse into the VIP lounge. The second mirror will now go down in the hallway just outside the lounge as they castle the door next to it.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
You can see, we will see Tense and Psych push together. Alpha all off on his own, and Escobar and Flick pushing on top of the hookah deck into hookah room itself. Psych will take to the roof now. Or Psy-Q. Rather. Interesting to see if they will get the hatch up top or if they'll wait just a tiny bit. We do see Escobar droning at the moment. And Psych will make a push here to the hatch. Thinks about it. And he himself will move. Tense expecting somebody in the bathroom. Will get spotted by the cam. They know that at least one of them is indoors. Miss a couple shots there on the camera. Obviously unhappy with the aim. And we'll just simply wait now, knowing that his position has been exposed by that camera of the defenders. We see where they're laid out here. We do have two roamers at the moment in both Chad and Silent, holding down hallway and billiards. Chad the dude with that window open can spot Flick and Alpha through it. Will push back as Anti-Thunder got taken down and will need to be either saved by his teammates or left as bait. Alpha will take Chad down and Anti-Thunder just sitting there waiting. They'll make a push for it, but they won't get him up. Psych will take 2 Valiant out, but Silent and Corin taking Psych and Flick down. Both Corin and Anti-Thunder down at the moment. Alpha and Tense cleaning up the final round of kills there, and NightForce will take this round for them. Away we go to round number 4, 3-0 for NightForce. Scoreboard for those of you that are watching at the moment. Corin right now holding 4 of the 5 kills for Team Tag and Bag. As I said earlier, Corin, the latest addition, Silent being the ringer for TAB, or rather the Phil, as their other 5th regular is currently out of state. Kills a bit more spread out right now for NightForce, Escobar being the lone one with 0 kills, but also 0 deaths. So providing some utility for the team. They will go to Hookah Lounge and Billiards, though, on defense for NightForce. Jaeger, Bandit, Pulse, Rook, and Mira. The Blackbeard, Buck, Thatcher, Hibana, and Ash for Tag and Bag on attack.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
No castle this time around for the defense. No smoke either, and no echo. The rotation hole will go in between Billiards and Hookah. It's 1 impact grenade there. Second hole will now go in as well, both from Rook's impacts. Be very careful with that Rook armor, make sure you pick it all up.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds left. Attackers
Will Tense peek?
Attackers are moving out to locate
He is,
a
but
bomb.
none will spawn over on that side, so he is looking at absolutely nothing. Corin has a drone situated right there, potentially spying Tense, and Chad's drone will now flush him out for sure, as Tense will now have to move, standing on top of the bar, inside a Sunrise bar. And he'll move back upstairs. They'll shoot through the windows. Won't get anything as he's moved now. Just a look up of the defense now for you. And on the bottom, Tense now sitting down in kitchen. And Psych holding and waiting to see if there's a push from the side. Tense and Chad the dude will make contact there, and they'll trade shots. Tense taking about 20 to 30 damage. Inside a Sunrise, he'll hear a window break and will now scramble away, knowing that there's at least 2 of them there. And they'll sit and wait at the top of the stairs. A good angle peek there on kitchen. He will pixel peek, and Anti-Thunder is just waiting for him to inch around that corner. Just as he throws the frag grenade to take out the barbed wire, Tense will punish him and remove him from round number 4. Chad will light up Tense again, and Tense getting away with next to no health. Valiant eliminating Alpha. This will be 4-4 for both teams at the moment. But Tense, just a sliver of health. He is a strong gust of wind away from death. And 2 Valiant will take him out as well. That's 2 kills for Valiant so far on this round. Good position right now for the defenders. Or sorry, good position right now for the attackers. My apologies. Tag and Bag holding a numbers advantage 4-3. Seeing the mirror window and having to pause for just a moment.
A bomb has been located.
Chad the dude now eliminating Escobar. Only Flick and PsyQ remaining, and Flick currently somewhat off of sight. Psych very much off site, though, sitting here in kitchen at the moment. You'll surely have to collapse on site. 45 seconds to go, just waiting for him. Both he and Mira stacked up in the same area. A C4 will go out and only take Corin down. Another quick kill from Flick will eliminate Chad the dude, and we are now at 2 apiece.
Surveying.
What was a good position now for the defenders. Played extremely well by Flick using that mirror window. He'll try to take 2 Valiant out, but unfortunately Valiant, kill number 3, only one stands between him at the moment. And that is Psych. Diffuser, of course, you hear dinging away in the background. It's up to Psych now to try to clutch the round for his team. Timer at half. We will do a lot of recon there to try and flush out the opposing team. He'll get a C4 off. That'll eliminate Silent, but 2 Valiant will come up. What a huge play by 2 Valiant. 4 kills on the round for him. And just out of time, as Psych will push, and 2 Valiant will clean up for his team. The first round win here for Team Tag and Bag. Emulating their opponents, it looks like Team Tag and Bag will now go to Hookah Lounge and Billiards. That Hibana, Ash, and Buck pick for Team NightForce very quickly to be locked in. An Echo is going to be run for the defenders, along with a Smoke Jaeger and a Valkyrie so far. Is Psych going to run a Thermite and have virtually a mirror composition as they did last time? A Montaigne. Very interesting. And Chad the Dude, unfortunately, being asleep at the wheel, will rock a Recruit for round number 5. Along with Echo, Valkyrie, Smoke, and Jaeger is your defensive makeup.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Razor 1 in position. Activate cam ADS deployed.
Chad the Dude, as you can see, watching from his perspective, is suffering through some lag. Might be on his end, as you can see in the connection down there in the bottom right-hand corner. He's sitting at a pretty steady 77. But oftentimes your connection meter in this game can be unreliable. Let's see if their defense is going to differ any from the defense you saw before. No impacts there. They just blow a hole in the wall. Do it yourself with a shotgun. It's all the same.
10 seconds remaining.
Right now we're sitting at 3-1. 5th round now. NightForce Gaming taking the first 3 rounds. Tag and Bag winning the latest round.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers are moving to defuse the bomb.
Just some last minute touch-ups there for the defense as they ready themselves for the push from NightForce on round number 5. Alpha spawns all off on his own. He'll meet up with Flick and Psych here on the Hookah Lounge Terrace, or the Hookah Deck, as it is referred to in-game. That'll be 3 pushing from the west. Corin and Thunder, or Anti-Thunder, sitting waiting on B and A. Valiant not too far off-site with Chad the Dude far and a ways away in the penthouse. And Silent sitting at the top of stairs. Giving himself a nice little peek hole there onto the deck to see if any of the attackers will push from that direction. Good positioning. 1 minute in so far, not much from the attackers. They wait.
Attackers drop the bomb diffuser.
Alpha's drone doesn't last too long there. Spots the yokai though and will take it out. That's really big for the attackers. No yokai for them to get knocked out of planting the diffuser.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
We see a push now here from the attackers.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
They drop the diffuser yet again.
Recovered their diffusers.
This time getting picked up by Monty. That is interesting. He will go for the plant with his shield up before he gets smoked out, and he will have to retreat. That is smoke canister number 1 going down at roughly 1 minute and 30 seconds. They don't know where Corin is, but they will spray blindly as Alpha hopes to get a cheeky shot through that. Corin still with 1 canister left now. That's the second one that's going to go off at the moment. They're still holding with Monty having the diffuser. And Flick repelling. Gets shot at by Corin. Will take a bunch of damage and will now need to drop. It looks like Psych is going to go for a plant again. And the final canister will go off. How much is it going to get on Psych? Will he make it through? It looks like he will before he gets taken down there. And he is down but not out before he finds himself falling at the end of Jaeger's gun. Silent doing great work here. That's 2 quick kills for his team. And now they wait. Tag and Bag in good position, but Alpha will eliminate Corin now, and it is a 3-2 advantage for the defenders. They'll break that window out, and they'll look to try to grab the person on the deck. Alpha sits there waiting with Flick underneath. Anti-Thunder going for the defuse. They know they're going to have to push in. Will they have enough time? Too Valiant falling to Flick, but it doesn't matter. Defenders will win round 2 as the diffuser gets disabled. Great covering fire there as Tag and Bag able to take round number 2. And the game tightens. Likely we will see Penthouse and Theater from the defense. Flick rocking a dock, but possibly switching off. Blackbeard, Sledge, Thatcher, Hibana, and Ash for the orange team. For the blue team, Jaeger, Bandit, Castle, Smoke, and Dog.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
While they set up here, just for the brief bit of the round, I will show you the scoreboard. Anti-Thunder and Escobar still haven't gotten on the board for their team, though Tag and Bag have spread the kills around. After a strong start from Corrin to be with 4 kills, 2 Valiant, Chad, and Silent stepping up to fill in. Tense leading his team at the moment with 7 kills, but also the highest connection in the entire game. Right now, we have Tag and Bag looking for their first win so far of the series, or of the tourney rather, or of the league, if you want to call it that, the series. They're currently sitting at 0 wins and 3 losses. And at the moment, NightForce is sitting in 6th place at the moment. 1 win, 1 defeat. Final touch-ups going up now for the defense here. Rotation hole with Doc standing with his back to the wall. Flick did settle in on the Doc. And it looks like Escobar, after deploying some razor wire, will give himself a little bit of a viewing angle. As you can see, all these holes in the wall to provide them the ability to peek through and take out the defenders, or take out the attackers from the defender's perspective. Now Escobar will rotate, now sit inside a bedroom. Alpha getting kill number 1, taking Chad the dude down. Chad being plagued by some latency issues. Tense sees Anti-Thunder through the window, and that'll be 2 kills for Tag and, or 2 deaths for Tag and Bag. 2 quick kills for NightForce. Tense will get droned out by 2 Valiant there, and will need to move both he and Alpha. Well, Alpha will now run outside for the peek. Won't grab much. Losing 2 this quick in the round will severely slow your push here, and Silent, knowing that both Tense and Alpha nearby, he'll spray Tense, take a little bit of damage himself. That'll prompt Tense to move, as Corrin will now push into Hookah 2. Silent not knowing that Tense himself has swapped around and will fire at the futon / love seat that Tense was sitting at. Tons of ammo for Ash. Don't really need to worry about running out. Make some spray holes, or spray some holes in the wall there. Escobar and Flick holding anchor on B. Psyche flanking Silent and taking him out. I'll leave just Corrin and 2 Valiant here. 2 Valiant who has yet to get into the building. Alpha with kill number 2. This time on Corrin, and that leaves just 2 Valiant at the moment. Tense hiding behind. Tense will pop up and light Thatcher up, and just like that, 2 Valiant will fall. Psyche, though, getting the kill. Not Tense. Sprays him through the bar. That would be a double penetration through both the bar and the wall behind Billiards, putting this game within reach for NightForce at a score of 4-2. Penthouse and Theater is what will ride on the hopes of Tag and Bag. If they're going to make a comeback, it needs to start now. If they lose this round, they lose match number 1, and we move to Skyscraper with NightForce up by a score of 1-0. If not, Tag and Bag does live on. We'll push NightForce to defense, and if they win 2 in a row, into overtime.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Deployed.
One of Tag and Bag's losses did come on this map. Speaking with Chad the Dude, they had practiced this map and knew that Coastline was a weakness of theirs. They did look to improve upon their play. taking 2 so far. Not a bad showing at the moment for Tag and Bag against NightForce. Pretty typical defense at the moment for them. They'll section off A, create a rotation hole into B.
5 seconds left.
Not as many holes in the walls, though, as NightForce has. You can see both those red walls there. Only one lone hole for them to see through. NightForce begins what they're hoping is going to be the final round of this match on the Coastline, and then look for the sweep. The Skyscraper at 2-0. They'll take out the cameras as they push towards the site. Round number 7 underway for the attackers.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Loading mag!
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
A little bit of jostling with the diffuser here. Silent and Tense firmly aware of each other's locations. This will be a shootout as Tense will fall as Silent peeks him just as Tense tries to reposition. That'll be great for the defenders here to try and push this game into round number 8. And Silent, just as fast as Jaeger is, will be on the move. Anti-Thunder and Chad the Dude holding out on site and just by the site. Those mute jammers causing some difficulty here for the intel on NightForce. They'll have to work their way around. Alpha goes to work on the drone. And Escobar looking to toss a grenade down the... I guess down the outside hatch. Nothing with it. They'll repel. Now Flick will hop on a drone here. His sight just watches the angles. Has firm sights on B. They know that there are at least 2 on the site from the drone work that they've done. Methodical games here. They'll see the one hatch go through. Alpha will take Corin down, and Psych unfortunately can't take down his opponent in smoke. So Chad the Dude will get away with a couple shots on there. Get a kill on Flick now, and this is a big swing at the moment for Tag and Bag. Chad the Dude still in really good position. As Mute displaying his Nitro Cell prowess through the wall. It's just going to be Escobar and Psyche here for the attackers. 40 seconds remaining. Psyche inside now, inside a VIP lounge. Escobar looking to try to get up there and join his teammate. Psyche taking Chad down now and taking a lot of damage himself. Under fire. He'll drop down. Doesn't matter. Even though he goes prone, 2 Valiant will pick him up. Anti-Thunder taking Silent down. Unsure of that kill or how that happened. That's not what you want there, but 2 Valiant will spy Escobar inside a VIP. They do have the bomb, but he'll have 10 seconds to get to objective site.
5 seconds to go.
Escobar there. All they need to do is wait him out, and that appears to be it. NightForce will drop this round. Tag and Bag doing a great job of holding and forcing them to wait. We'll play another match here, or we'll play another round here. 4-3. NightForce will now go to defense and still look to put this away. If they fail to successfully defend this round, we go to overtime. And Tag and Bag definitely getting their swagger back while they pick their operators here. Anti-Thunder has gotten on the board. Escobar doing a great job of staying alive. 0-2-2. Not doing a great job of collecting kills at the moment, though. Really great spread amongst Tense, Psyche, Alpha, and Flick at 8-7, 8-6. And once again, 2 Valiant, Chad the Dude, Corin, and Silent. Also a great spread, 5-3, 4, and 4.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused.
Round
by
number
attackers.
8 starts off with the defense while the drone phase begins. Looks like Escobar is going to be looking to get a cam outside. For the defenders, now we see a Smoke, a Valkyrie, a Doc, a Pulse, and a Jaeger. For the attackers of Blackbeard, a Sledge, a Thatcher, a Hibana, and an Ash.
Stay clear of ADS line of fire.
Quite a number of operators we haven't seen so far. Not often played in high-level series between the two teams. Haven't seen a Frost. Have not seen a Blitz. Don't believe we've seen a
10
Glass.
seconds to insertion.
Haven't seen a Capitao. Have not seen a Caviera.
Stay clear of ADS.
5 seconds.
Among
remaining.
others. No IQ.
Attackers recovered the
Don't believe we've seen a Jackal either.
objective is to locate a bomb and
But it looks like they're going to go heavy run out here. They're going to try to stop a push from B. As Psych attempts to set up a deployable shield here, having a bit of difficulty trying to get that angle down. Pat will set it up, though, as Escobar and Alpha will get sights on that door. Alpha shooting through the drone hole. Psy-Q will hold up in B. Escobar holding down A with Flick not too far. Tag and Bag will use their time wisely trying to drone out the defenders. Nail those roamers down. Alpha working the cameras himself for defense. Cycling through the Valk cams. With Tense sitting down in the main lobby.
Heartbeat sensor deployed.
a bomb has been located.
Tense inching ever so closer to his
Bomb diffuser has been
opponents.
dropped.
Still not much intel being gathered from his heartbeat sensor. Valk will deploy a camera. As you can see here, it looks like it's going to be a push above through Hookah with Corin, 2 Valiant, and Chad, the dude, all sitting just outside of B. They will be able to drone it. Anti-Thunder underneath, but unfortunately not able to do much for his team there. Corin is likely going to try to pressure through the wall. They see Psy-Q. They will try to get him. They hit him with a grenade. He takes some significant damage. As Doc, he is going to need to heal himself. He will get droned, retreat to the stairs, and heal himself back up. Stimming himself back to essentially full health. Escobar taking some damage here as Psy-Q will overheal. This is a strong push now with 1 minute and 10 left on the clock. They will need to push a bit harder. Alpha taking Corin down, not good for the attackers at the moment. Tag and Bag will need to answer that call reasonably quickly. Anti-Thunder will by taking Psy-Q out. Alpha picking up kill number 2, this time taking Anti-Thunder down. He'll sit down on the stairs there. You see you hear a reinforcement go up as well. He is just ever so slightly can see through that. He sees 2 Valiant and will tag him, but can't secure the kill. You can see the frustration in his movement. He gets flashed out on top of stairs. 2 Valiant probably relaying to his team exactly where Alpha is. They'll spray through the wall, open that hole up just a little bit more. They know that they need to get in there in the next 30 seconds to get this plant off. He'll give away his position by firing through the wall. Silent and 2 Valiant holding that angle down. Keep in mind, those little marks, those marks through the wall, they can't see. But now, here the area denial goes. Smoke will get it down. 2 Valiant will need to break that barbed wire to get the plant off. Escobar taking Chad the dude down, and that'll be it. A flurry of kills as Alpha a double kill on 2 Valiant and Silent to end the game by a score of 5-3. That will be game number 1 in the books here on Coastline in favor of NightForce Gaming. Great match to Tag and Bag as well as NightForce. We are going to go to Skyscraper for match number 2. The scoreboard at the end, Alpha, top fragger and getting MVP for his team. The only person in double digits at the moment. There you have it. Excellent work by both teams. A great pickup by Tag and Beg. We'll head back to the lobby now. We'll have the teams retool themselves. And we'll start match number 2. Why am I not capable of changing the map? Who is the host? We are just going to go here for 1 second. I am going to be alt-tabbing. We will try to promote this stream as best we can. So when I press Alt to change the playlist and change the map, it's not letting me do that. which, see, I thought was something that we could do. But unfortunately, at the moment, it's not allowing me to. See, if you say select match, it's not letting me change it. It's not letting me change the map. I'm pressing Alt to select a match, and it says the game host can yada yada yada. It's not letting me. This might mean that I just might need to create another custom match. That's all. We'll have to remake the game here. Just waiting on Escobar and Chad the Dude. I'm going to remake it. Just waiting on Chad the Dude to leave. We will start match number 2. My apologies there. I don't know why it's not letting me. Leave. We will start number 2. There's a bit of a downtime here for all of those who are tuning in. Thank you so much. This is the Siege Contender Series. Tonight we are, of course, hosting Tag and Bag versus NightForce. We're going to go to Central US as well. Making sure that everything is in working order. I don't know why it wouldn't let me, but there you have it. Skyscraper now. Oh, there we go. That's why. And just in case, Bank is going to be match number 2. HUD settings were Pro League. Game mode settings 7, 7, 45, 45, and 8. Just set this up really quickly. It was peculiar that it wasn't letting me. I think it's because I hadn't, I guess I mustn't have successfully added it to the list, which is annoying, but it happens. 1 on. Death replay is off. That looks fine to me. On 45 and 180. Seven 45 on. That looks good. Everything is now totally set up. Skyscraper and now Bomb. We're good to go. We'll toss out the invites now. We'll assemble both Tag and Bag and NightForce here into game number 2. I'll wait them here. For those that weren't paying attention, by a score of 5-3, NightForce took game number 1. We'll have the 2 team captains come in here and assemble their teams. NightForce will be defending first on Skyscraper for match number 2 of this evening's Siege Contender Series. And Kurt Denning says you might have to rehost after changing the playlist map. You are absolutely correct, Kurt. Just taking a bit of a breather here, if that's all right with everybody else. It is just after midnight now on the East Coast, so thank you to everybody who has tuned in so far. Don't forget to send a follow to the Siege Contender Series official Twitch. Chad the Dude's team is ready. We are just waiting to hear from NightForce to say that they are indeed ready. Alpha gives us the go-ahead. We will now start. Match number 2 about to begin here on Skyscraper. Standard rule sets do apply. TDM bomb. Match number 2 of your Siege Contender Series match of the evening. Good luck, have fun to all teams involved. We did just post inside of the Siege Contender Discord. My name is Interrobang. I am one of the casters here for the Siege Contender Series presented by Anarchy Entertainment, or as it was once called, Anarchy Entertainment. You'll be riding alongside myself and a number of other casters. I do know that they are doing tryouts as well, so feel free to tune in if you are interested in casting yourself. Just reach out to alpha.nf as you see him in the Discord. He'll be happy to talk you through the process and potentially give you a tryout if they are, of course, hiring. It looks like NightForce is going to be starting off with a karaoke and tea room defense, running with an Echo, Mira, a Doc, a Bandit, and a Jaeger. And we're going to see Capitao appear for the first time today. It only took 9 rounds, or 2 round number 9 rather, and here we have it. Just give you a bit of about a nausea for everybody here. On attack, we are going to see a Thermite, a Thatcher, an Ash, a Blackbeard, and a Capitao. No Sledge, no Buck, both of whom saw tons of play in the previous match on Coastline. NightForce is a big fan of opening up all the walls near the objective sites. With the close corridor combat that can happen here, if you look between B and A, it's a bit of a tight squeeze. Give yourself a little bit more breathing room. Just simply break apart that wall. Attacking starts now. 3 minutes for them to push. Very curious to see how this Echo play is going to work. Escobar, actually the fewest amount of deaths last game. They played 8 rounds and Escobar only died twice. So this bodes well for him staying alive till the end of the round because, of course, Echo's utility is most powerful and most needed with him alive. That yokai can knock you out of the plant, and there are teams that will plant at the last possible second, and by getting knocked out when you're in overtime or planting after the time has expired, that's the round for you. We'll see yokai sit atop a hallway right by one of the entry points and the stairs just by barbecue. There'll be a push here through Geisha. Doing a lot of interior decorating. They'll open up peek holes there. Alpha standing at the top of the stairs waiting for somebody to push through that Geisha window. In a perfect world, they won't last too long for Alpha as he'll take them out. Anti-Thunder will get kill number 1 of match number 2, eliminating Flick. That's a Mira down. Alpha and Chad will spy one another. Alpha will take significant damage, but Chad even more as he gets down but not out. He'll crawl towards 2 Valiant in order to get picked up by his teammate. Anti-Thunder will hang repelled with that shield as a little bit extra insurance as he tries to make sure that B is wide open. Trying to find exactly where that yokai is. And the yokai sits and waits by B. Escobar will leave it. Hop off, yokai. Get back on yokai. See how the push is shaping up to be. They have successfully conquered Geisha, and Chad will now try to zone Alpha out as he sits in drum. We're going to see a Thermite go up on the wall into B, and they bandit trick it. Interestingly enough, they put it actually on top of the bandit charge. Already they're standing. Tense gets greedy and gets eliminated by a Claymore. Alpha takes Chad the dude out after taking him down earlier, but wasn't successful in his first attempt. Psych will take Anti-Thunder down, and right now it is an even 3-3 with 30 seconds on the clock. The lucky number 3. Silent opening up the wall will spy Doc, but Psych behind that deployable cover will be able to take Silent down. 2 Valiant eliminating Alpha. They are just trading back and forth now with both a Doc and an Echo remaining. Psych eliminating Valiant, and it will just be Corin left as he tries to take Doc down. Unfortunately, most of his shots will be eaten by the deployable shield, and Escobar sneaking up behind him will do the cleanup. It's a nice shot in the back of the kneecaps. NightForce will take round number 1 on Skyscraper. Karaoke and Tea Room is likely going to be the site that is always defended. If it is open, it's probably the most well-balanced and the easiest to hold in terms of Skyscraper as a whole. Echo's a very popular pick on it, as is Mira. Bandit, of course, because there's so many different entry points where you can bandit trick and try to keep them out. That wall by Geisha is a particular one where a lot of teams will try to push through that.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
The wall that I am speaking of is right here. This wall right there. Very easy for somebody to sit there and bandit trick it. They'll toss down, say, a Mira on this wall. Very curious to see if the defense is going to be the same. A lot of teams will actually open that B wall up where Chad the Dude is right there and give them an open eye into Geisha to try and repel a push. But they've barricaded both walls. So no rotation there for them. No Mira as well for the defense. So they're just going to have to turtle up and rely on their roamers to communicate exactly where everybody is. Corin will get either put up a kill hole or will reinforce. Appears to be a reinforcement at A. You hear the perfect synchronization of the reinforcements there as Silent makes sure that he gets the wall that leads to the outside deck in Geisha. And the attackers will begin pushing as NightForce scales the wall and looks to try to put themselves up 2-0. Escobar starts the carnage off as they will open up the window there into B. Lots of barbed wire at the moment. You can see all 4 of the bandit charges put on the wall that divides the tea room from the top of the stairs. 2 Valiant eliminating Alpha for kill number 1. That'll lead them off. 2 Valiant then spies the drone, will take it down. Escobar will hop off and run with the rest of his teammate. Psyche taking a significant portion of life away from Chad the Dude. You have to be a little bit careful with that gun there, as it's very easy for Blackbeard's DMR to run out of ammo incredibly quickly. Chad the Dude dropping Escobar, so that's 2 kills for Tagged and Bagged. Tense as Glaz snipes Chad out, and Silent will take Flick down. This means that just Blackbeard and Glaz remain for NightForce. A good start by both teams. The ADS will eat the first grenade from Glaz that he throws. He's not out of smoke, so if they're going to make a push, they're going to need to do so now. He will get yokai'd immediately, though, and hop right back out. Interesting for them to do that so soon, unless they're trying to save their smoke grenades for the end. Psych will eliminate Silent, though, and it looks like we might see another smoke go out in just a moment or so. 1 minute left in the round now for them to play. Anti-Thunder off of yokai. Sits and watches the door to Geisha, and 2 Valiant will now hug the stairs here. Just waiting to see if there will be a push from below. Warren sits and waits by B. That smoke canister still on the wall, just waiting for somebody to hop in the window. Two Valiant through the bottom of the doorway will catch Tense and take him down, but not out. That'll leave only 1 standing for NightForce in Psych. He sees Valkyrie at the bottom, knows that there is one that is somewhat off-site, and will need to make a push. 25 seconds at the moment. No diffuser for him. He'll have to go and pick it up, but he'll go pick his teammate up first. With Tense up, they'll have roughly around 10 to 15 seconds to make this go, and we'll hear a smoke go off. And the last smoke will go as well. That'll deny them a push through that window. He'll see Tense. That's 1 kill for Corin. He sees Blackbeard 2, and 2 quick kills for Corin. That'll even the game number 2 at 1 apiece. The defenders taking round 2. That's Tag and Bag with a great play from Corin there in the dying moments to even the score at 1 apiece. Blackbeard just needed a little bit of a rest, and as you can see, slamming his head against the windowsill. Both defenders successful. That'll rule out Karaoke and Tea Room for them on this, or on this defense for both teams. We'll see NightForce will likely go downstairs exactly to Barbecue and Kitchen. I would say, in my opinion, probably the second easiest site to defend. Really not, of the 4 sites, really the only other one that is viable outside of Karaoke and Tea Room. We do see a castle being played by NightForce, along with a Doc, a Mira, a Smoke, and a Jaeger. So they drop the Echo this time around, as well as a Bandit. Interesting to see
Attackers
that.
need to locate and defuse bombs.
And then on attack, Blackbeard, Ash, Buck, Thatcher, and Thermite.
The location of a bomb.
A lot of the main entry points for a B push will come right through here. That one little wall that was just reinforced a moment ago by Escobar. Or through the window, a push here through B. Very easy for defenders to go above and take control of Geisha, which is almost why you will almost always see somebody from the defending team sit up top and wait. Once Geisha is taken control of, it's much easier for them to get a B plant off. This wall here that divides both B and A usually gets cracked wide open, though. At the moment, we do see that it is still intact, so going to be interesting to know if they blow it up at any point or if they leave it as is. It looks like it's still a bit of a late reinforcement here for them, so they might actually be scrambling to figure out where to go. You see that rotation hole there from the stockroom / pantry just below the staircase, unless they're going to double mirror that wall there. But still plenty of time for them. This is going to be a quick push from Tagged and Bagged. It looks like they will try to open this wall up here. And just like that, Escobar is up top. They will open up that Geisha window, and the first contact will be between Chad the Dude and Escobar. Chad will take Escobar down, and that means exactly what we thought. They are going to try to seize control of Geisha. That first wall also going down, as is commonplace for B. And if you look, there is nobody on site. Mira will play in that supply room in the pantry. She will put up her Mira there. And this is a good position right now for Tagged and Bagged. They will take the hatch from above, and that will give them lots of room to maneuver. This wall still not fully destructed between them. And it's just going to be up to both Psych and Flick, who does get droned out here. He'll wait for a push here. A lot of angles now at which Sight can be pushed from. He's not in the best of position as Doc. He does have a bit more survivability, but at the same time, he knows that a headshot is fatal even with his stim pistols. Now, as you see, they've opened this all up. 2 Valiant will get a second pick. This right now is 0 deaths at the moment for Tag and Bag. Not good positioning for NightForce. Anti-Thunder will take Flick down, and the first kill for NightForce will come from Alpha as he takes Corrin out of the fight. Right now, both A and B totally undefended. That'll leave Tense on the bottom floor along with Alpha, and it's just Tense left. Right now, it is a 4-1 game, and it looks like we might see Tag and Bag take their first lead of the series. He spies Anti-Thunder and just feeds that Blackbeard shield. He breaks the shield, but doesn't do a ton of damage to Blackbeard. He'll pop back up as he gets pushed by Buck, and Chad the Dude will take Tense down. Great round by both teams. Tag and Bag have their first lead of the 2 matches, winning round number 3. 4 still left alive. 2-1 for Team Tag and Bag. I'm assuming we're going to see a barbecue and kitchen hold. Yes, exactly. That's where it goes. Not too surprising to see it there, as it is typically considered the second easiest site for them to hold. Just going to reposition my microphone here, just so I don't need to strain my vocal cords and can speak with roughly the same cadence. Thank you once again to everybody that is tuning in. We appreciate your viewership. My name is Interrobang on behalf of the Siege Contender Series. Thank you so much for watching. We hope that if you are a participant in the tourney that you are able, or in the league. If not, feel free to sign up. And once again, if you have not followed us, now would be the perfect time to do so, so thank you very much. We see here if they will open this wall up, or who is going to play upstairs. Tag and Bag, I know, said that they were very confident with their play on Bank. So even though they said that they were weaker on Coastline, if they're able to come ahead in Skyscraper and push this to a 3rd match, they are feeling pretty good about how they would play on Bank. Bank, of course, being the tiebreaker. Still haven't gotten the hatch upstairs. Both Chad the Dude and Silent will be up there. Now, one of the issues with the attack was that Escobar was up top by himself. They will blow the hatch out instead of trying to reinforce it, and will likely keep somebody up top. Silent doing the work on the hatch, trying to watch the window. Make sure that nobody takes advantage of that room upstairs. Both Flick and Alpha will look to push through Karaoke and Geisha with Psych. Understanding that there are some bandit traps down there, Flick looks to shoot them out. He'll get both of them, and Psych will now be able to thermite charge that wall, as Silent, not doing his job to stay by that, he'll blow the window open now. Silent will hear that and, of course, rotate. Chad the Dude will take Tense down. That'll be the first kill and open this round wide open, or open this round right up with 50 seconds played in the match. You gotta feel like momentum has got to be on the side of Tag and Bag at the moment. Feeling very confident about their play and knowing that if they can force this to go to bank, that they'll be in a good position, they feel. This would be their first win of the series as well, as they are currently sitting at 0-3. What was a quick beginning has now been sort of stopped by the fact that Tense's death as Blackbeard doesn't allow them the ability to peek as well as they wanted to. Halfway through the round, we're going to need to see some acceleration here from the attackers if they want to be able to clear out the 5 defenders that still remain. We see a good hold. We're going to hear our first cluster charge go down from Escobar. The ADS will eat most of those. A couple will go off. They do have firm control of Geisha now. Still 2 cluster charges remaining, so they can force everybody out to then push them in and grab the site. He sees Corin lying inside of Barbecue and sees 2 more in the lobby. He's going to look to drone over top of him, and just like that, Corin will move. An LMG is a very brazen move for Escobar to be running here. You won't need to do much reloading, and as you can hear, he will go to work on that wall. Flick and Chad will trade kills as Chad gets the last laugh on Flick there. Anti-Thunder dropped by Alpha. Escobar will spy to Valiant. That gun does hit like a pea shooter. Unfortunately for him, Chad the Dude will follow up and take Escobar down, and that'll just leave Buck and Thermite. It looks like Thermite might be AFK.
5 seconds left.
Either that or Psych had no hope with his team. Chad taking Alpha down. That'll be Chad's 3rd kill this round. And either Psych is about to disconnect or he just did not have confidence in his team to get it done. But this is Tag and Bags round 3-1. We'll inquire as to whether or not we need a rehost here. He got stuck in his Thermite animation. NightForce says no to the rehost, so we will play through it with Tag and Bag sitting atop 3-1. Unfortunate for NightForce. As you can see, they will go back to Karaoke and Tea Room, though.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
This is also my first match shoutcasting for the Siege Contender Series. So I see that we do have 6 viewers. We were up to 8 just a little while ago. If you are curious to know more about myself, I do play Rainbow Six. I almost reached Platinum 2 last season. I hit Plat 3 and stayed there for basically the entire time. I play on behalf of Powerhouse Gaming. I'm not on the starting roster, largely because I also run the entire community of Powerhouse Gaming. I was told that I was allowed to do a bit of self-promotion, so I have no problem doing that. My name is Interrobang, and I did some shoutcasting and some commentating on Modern Warfare 2 back in 2009. Since then, I've mostly just been doing community events for our community, and it's a really great opportunity for me to be doing this for the Siege Contender Series. So thank you to everybody who's tuned in thus far. If you have any pointers, or if you have any criticisms, or be they constructive or critical, feel free to let me know in Twitch chat as well.
Bomb located by attackers.
The last of the Valk cam will go down, and it looks like it will be a push towards B here. It's a lot harder for them to take A unless they open up this wall, which is always a risky gambit because then you can still get the crossfire from both B and from Geisha. Psych is really enjoying that deployable shield, sitting behind it to great success in the first round. and especially so on Coastline as well. They'll open up the window into B and put themselves in a good position here. It will be Syke's job to hold Geisha as he takes that deployable shield down. He'll take some damage from the Twitch drone before putting it back up. He spies the Twitch drone. Alpha will get tagged as well. Or sorry, Alpha just avoids a tag. And Syke will heal himself back up. The push will come through the Geisha window. As you can see, 2 Valiant, Corin, Silent, and Chad the Dude all by that window. With Anti-Thunder holding on, 2 Valiant will pick up the first kill of the round, eliminating Alpha as he got cheeky and decided to get peeky. Unfortunately, not much longer for him left in the round. It'll put NightForce down 1 at the moment, with 1 minute and 20 seconds left to play in round number 5. 2 Valiant will eliminate Syke, and that'll clear up Geisha for the push. Chad the Dude unfortunately falling to Flick, as Flick will now move downstairs. B currently wide open, but with that hole in the wall gives Escobar a good vantage point into Karaoke. Intense sitting on top of stairs looking to try to repel anything that might happen from Geisha. As Flick is around back, Escobar will fall inside of A, and that'll basically just leave it on the shoulders of Tense there to stop and slow those from Geisha. But just as he peeks around the corner, Anti-Thunder will get in. He and 2 Valiant will fight one another. Intense will take a lot of damage, manage to take 2 Valiant down, but all for naught as the bomb diffuser does get put down. Corin will somehow kill himself on his Claymore. That is interesting to say the least, as Anti-Thunder will eliminate Flick. As Tense falls to Anti-Thunder, that's 2 quick kills for the Blackbeard on Team Tag and Bag. That'll put him at 4-1 right now and push Team NightForce onto the brink of elimination in game number 2. Karaoke and Tea Room is indeed an option for them, and that's like where they'll go. If Tag and Bag is successful in defending this round, they will go into the tiebreaker tied up at 1-1.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
We see that for the defenders, they will run both a Castle and a Mira. They will eschew both Doc and Echo, which have been seen a lot of play on both Tea Room and Karaoke. But the Smoke, Valk, and Jaeger picks, pretty standard. No Bandit this time around for them either. Last time they had Bandited that room, left Silent upstairs as they defended Kitchen. This time around, I guess they're just anticipating. You don't really need Bandit that much.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds remaining. Attackers have located a bomb.
Droning stage is over, and you see all 5 spawning out on top of the helipad. Escobar and Tense will stay on their drones as Flick, Syke, and Alpha all push in. Do or die for NightForce here. Syke and Flick just outside as Silent will give some fire to Syke. Syke taking a lot of damage there from the Mirror of Anti-Thunder. That'll break 1 shield down, and he'll need to put the second one up. This is great angles for them. If you look here at Chad the Dude's angle, able to see through that window from just outside of Drum. No reason for both him and Jaeger to push together. But Silent, unfortunately, falling literally off of Drum and then into down, but not out. Oh, Tense will now pick up a kill on both Chad the Dude and Silent as he knew he was down there. Chad trying to get Silent up, but unfortunately will be his downfall as Tense picks up a quick double kill. Will now push through VIP clearance through the lounge towards Drum.
Clear.
Almost halfway through the round. They'll get themselves into Geisha now. Lots of holes in the walls, so not a lot of cover for them to push.
Attackers dropped the diffuser. Attackers recovered the diffuser.
1 minute and 20 on the clock. All three standing in Geisha. The two, Tense and Alpha, standing just outside of Drum. They'll throw a grenade and take that castle barricade down, as to not waste an Ash charge. Anti-Thunder eliminating Escobar. That'll be the first kill for Tag and Bag. The diffuser is down in Geisha. Psych will now pick it up. Be very wary of where Anti-Thunder's position is. With Tense as low as he is, this is a good position at the moment for the defense. The attackers will need to collapse on them with 45 seconds left. Tense, despite his low health, will manage to take 2 Valiant down, and just as Anti-Thunder does turn, we'll take a couple shots from the DMR of Psych. Only 2 remaining for the defenders now. It is a 4-2 match. 30 seconds, though. Corin and Anti-Thunder holding both of the angles. Psych knows roughly where he is. He will get flashed, however, and need to look away. He's going to move into the back of T-Room. Not soon enough, though. Tense will eliminate him from play and leave Corin as the last man standing. He'll see Psych, but unable to get much out of it. He'll instead pull out his trusty shotgun. He'll take Tense down. He hears the plant going off. He imagines that he's going to get pushed. And unfortunately, Corin, with the heads-up play there, as Flick takes him down with the melee. Strange that he was able to get in so quickly. That shotgun would have been probably a 1 down at that range, especially if he had shot him towards the torso. NightForce will take round number 6. We'll move to round lucky number 7, as Tag and Bag still has another round after this to try and close it out and push game number 3 on Bank. You see a mute come out for NightForce, along with a Jaeger, a Bandit, a Doc, and a Mirror, once again spamming that karaoke T-Room. Twitch, Blackbeard, Ash, Thatcher, and Thermite. No Montaigne. No Glass.
Attackers need to locate
Interesting.
and defuse bombs.
80 seconds ready to go.
Watch the defense from above. No secret that most teams will, of course, always try to play these two when they are available. I wonder if we're going to see anything different here. Potentially a mirror wall where Flick is right now, rather than the two that we saw here on this wall just outside of T-Room.
Throwing jammer.
10 seconds left.
They'll spray open an angle just outside of T-Room into the staircase there. Flick will put a Mira down, give herself, or give himself rather, as Mira technically could be a she. Some vantage point into Geisha. Once again, almost everybody spawns helipad, or everybody does actually spawn helipad there. I didn't see Silent. And still just shooting here. It doesn't sound like any shotguns on the team. So they're just shooting away to try and give themselves some vantage points. Anti-Thunder will crack open the window by B.
Activated device.
Throw a flash there. That will flash Psych as well and allow Silent to crawl underneath and not have to deal with any crossfire. They will blow up the unreinforced side in Geisha, which is actually quite nice because it gives Psyche an ability to see through himself. He'll just miss Silent, but he knows that there is somebody there. He'll let his teammates know as well with a quick ping. A lot of gunfire at the moment as Blackbeard will lose 1. Goes to change his rifle shield right as it gets broken, and you will see this is an interesting animation. He spots just the top of Alpha's head and is trying to get an exact angle down. Can't do it. That MK-17 hits like a truck. "90 seconds left on the clock for them.
Attackers have located a bomb.
It's a split push at the moment. You have them assembling around Geisha, both Tense and Flick sitting in there for the defense, and Psych holding down B. This is one of those scenarios where just a small push will see them fall incredibly quickly. Escobar trying to hold down that window to Anti-Thunder though. Anti-Thunder trying to answer back by taking smoke out as well. The more they open those walls up, the better shot they have at picking the defenders off before they can rush in and make a plant here.
Drones up and running.
Bomb located by attackers.
Interesting that Alpha sees Chad the Dude there, but lets him go instead of trying to take him out.
Claymore deployed.
And there he sees him again, and we'll finally get him, but there is indeed that Claymore down. He'll now have to run out and unfortunately find yet another Claymore, this time from 2 Valiant. And right now, we're seeing trades across the board. Corin takes out Escobar before Psych takes 2 Valiant down after 2 Valiant's Claymore was so helpful for his team. Silent just misses Psych as Psych drops. Tense is able to take Silent down, and they do trade. Tense will need to get picked up. Keep in mind that they need to plant, and it appears that Corin will be able to get it off. That is a 7-second plant time. Anti-Thunder doing his best job to distract while that bomb goes, or the diffuser goes down. They get it successfully, though Anti-Thunder will die in the meantime. Now it's Flick and Psych left against Thermite. Corin falling as well, and this will be NightForce's round. That's 2 in a row to push it to 4-3.
Defender mission successful.
Great job by NightForce there to keep their cool. It was a Chad the Dude went down to that Jaeger play and Tag and Bag was able to get 2 very fast kills in succession, just one after another, to put them at an advantage of 4-3. But the defense held. They knew their angles, they were patient, and even though that plant went down, they were able to get them as they were trying to leave the room. Both the Blackbeard and the Thermite were great picks. We will go to overtime. This would be quite a comeback. It was 4-1 in favor of Tag and Bag. We now see it at 4-3. If NightForce on attack is able to be successful in their push, to go into extra innings, it's not a scenario that you want Tag and Bag to be in, especially when they're up by 3 rounds. But we see that old comfort pick of both Karaoke and Tea Room. Barricading the wall between T and the top of the staircase. Doing some home improvement. Give themselves 2 holes between both A and B. But also reinforcing the wall so they can't shoot through that door right there, as you can see. For the defense, their hopes rest on a Smoke, a Valk, a Jaeger, an Echo, and a Bandit. On attack, you see a Buck, an Ash, a Blackbeard, a Hibana, and a Thatcher. They'll open up the window inside a Karaoke. And both Buck and Blackbeard will move just away from harm. Silent holding down... Alpha having some difficulty there with his drone. Silent holding down the terrace. And unfortunately, just as soon as that drone was able to get over the mount, will he be able to get the kill on Silent through the window? He does see him, and yes, Silent not fast enough. They know that he's in there. And a very well coordinated play from him and his team. He's able to do all the work on that one. That's a good kill for NightForce, and exactly what they need if they want to push this into overtime. And we'll drone out Drum. To the Bandit Shockwire, they have spotted the Yokai. Alpha giving some valuable information to his team. As they look above to just try and make sure that he can indeed see the Yokai. I don't know if he's lost it or not, if he was just trying to get over the barbed wire. 2 Valiant sees the drone and will take it down just as it descends the stairs, and that will force Valiant to have to move as well. Tense will push him along with Alpha, and this is not good for two Valiant. He's getting pressured from Tense and will obviously get flanked as well from Alpha. Won't need the flank though, because even though Tense sustains some damage, they're able to track 2 Valiant down and eliminate him. That is now 5-3. Great positioning now. Escobar and Anti-Thunder will see one another. They'll trade some shots there. They do have an open window in. Corin and Escobar will see each other too, but Corin will be able to get away to safety. We'll take Alpha down, give his team a nice needed kill, but unfortunately, he himself will get fallen as he went to push the stairs. Anti-Thunder will take Psych down. Escobar reaching outside to grab the diffuser now. With 30 seconds, time is not on the side of the attackers at the moment. It is do or die. They'll pick Corin up. Still 3 left, though. 3-3. The Yokai still in play, just as Tense runs towards Drum. Chad the Dude will take him down, but immediately get punished by Flick.
15 seconds remaining.
They are trading 2 and 4. Flick gets caught in barbed wire and will get fallen by Anti-Thunder, and it's just up to Escobar, who is planting. Hopes and dreams of this round rest in his hands. But Corin, with that brutal SMG-11, will take him out of the fight. And that'll be game number 2 in favor of Tag and Bag, and we will move to the tiebreaker here on Bank. For those viewing at home, here is your scoreboard. 5-3. Chad the Dude doing a great job on his team. Silent, very hot last game. Only 1 kill so far. This one, Escobar, only 3 kills between both games. Unfortunately, almost leading his team in deaths at 7. Tense, the former top fragger, is now sitting in the middle of the pack with 7 for his. We will change up to Bank for TDM. Teams will now swap over as well. Not sure if either NightForce or Tag and Bag will be the ones to defend, but it appears that Tag and Bag will be the first to defend on Bank. Zach Attack 31799 says, can we see the scoreboard for a second when you get the chance? I do apologize. There is a 3-minute delay. So the scoreboard was shown at the end of the match. I will do a better job of showing it in the meantime. Chad the Dude is just going to take a 2-minute potty break. So if anybody wants to get up, stretch their legs, that sort of thing, feel free. This is just so I can Alt-Tab and leave it running. Now, I had spoken with both teams earlier, and Chad, the team captain for Tag and Bag, had informed me that while they weren't the most confident in their Coastline play, they feel pretty good about Bank. And as for NightForce, they've been practicing all these maps and are duly prepared for all of them. Unfortunately, they did win, or they did lose a round, and I think it's worth pointing out that NightForce did lose a round due to an issue with PsyQ getting stuck in his thermite animation. Now, they were outnumbered 3-2, but you never know what that extra player would be able to help you with. It could have gone either way. That round would have been potentially the difference between losing 5-3 and going into overtime and maybe closing it out in 2 matches. Tag and Bag feels good about their play on Bank. It is a map that they have played twice so far in the 3 matches that they've played in the Siege Contender series. They played Bank twice. One was a hard-fought battle that they lost in overtime, a heartbreaking victory, and the other was one they just lost in standard innings. They are looking, and they are very hungry to not go 0-3 on Bank. And, I mean, you could argue that momentum was on their side. You did see NightForce start to surge after that one win. They were up 4-1 at one point, Tag and Bag were. NightForce came back and won 2 rounds in a row, and you had to ask yourself at that point, do you see the momentum shifting so much so that NightForce is able to come back, force overtime, and potentially close it out? Now, we didn't, and here we are ready to start game number 3. We're going to go to bank. It is on bomb. Good luck to everybody involved. We're beginning. This is the tiebreaker match for the Siege Contender Series match of the evening against NightForce Gaming, or NightForce, and Tag and Bag. Good luck to all the participants. To the people that are viewing, once again, thank you very much. Good luck, have fun. If you have not given us a follow yet, please do so. No harm, no foul, but we would love your viewership as we will try to do as many matches as possible. My name is Bang. Thank you for riding along with me as I shoutcast this game. Just want to give a shout out to Kurt Denning, Arcanex TV, and Zach Attack 31799. At some point, all three of you were viewing. You might all be viewing it now. Thank you very much again. Good luck, have fun to all teams involved. And let's see if NightForce is going to be able to pick up their second win of the league series, or if Tag and Bag is going to break their streak of losses and come out on top.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Now, Bank is an interesting map because a lot of teams you see can run interesting strats on 3 different positions. You can see them run the bomb site upstairs, in here, in Tellers, and in Archives. You can see teams run successfully upstairs as well in CEO office, though it's not advised because you've got these windows right here. But the most secure place that you'll see almost every team defend is downstairs in CCTV and lockers, which is exactly where you see it right now. For the defense, you see that they are running an Echo, along with a Valkyrie, a Smoke, a Rook, and a Jaeger on attack. You see a Twitch, Hibana, a Thatcher, an Ash, and a Bug. The Cookie Monster official, thank you as well for tuning in. A rotation hole will go in towards the hallway between A and B. Let's take a look at where NightForce is going to be pushing from. Alpha already well inside here over top of B. As you can see, all 3 of the main hatches are reinforced. And at the moment, nobody going down through the sewers. It isn't uncommon to see a push here through the server, through servers, which is right by that sewers. But right now we see all of them are up top. Interesting if they're going to blow the hatch here and all ride it down together. And it looks like we might actually see all 5 of them go down together. We need to watch from their viewpoint as all of them are going to ride the elevator down. That is going to be a quick drop, and all 3 are in. Unfortunately, Tense is going to fall to Corn. 2 Valiant will fall to Strike, and Chad the Dude. This was a massacre, so a brazen strategy that ultimately did not pay off. Escobar and Psyche left, and now just Escobar remaining. He'll take Corrin down, and Chad the Dude will spy him along with Silent. It was a bold strategy, Cotton. And unfortunately didn't pay off for them. Tag and Bag will take round number 1. Now, the one question I want to ask is, do you think they actually thought that was going to work? Part of me says yes. Part of me is like, surely they were confident enough. The other part of me is like, there's no way on earth that they thought that this was actually going to play out. Alpha answers the question. We really thought that would work. I mean, it was fun to watch.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Unfortunately, it was a gamble that did not pay off. For the defense here, a Doc, an Echo, a Smoke, a Jaeger, and a Mira. For attack, we see a Capitao, Jackal, Ash, Hibana, and Thermite. So they're going to be running a double breacher. We do see a Mira go down here into CCTV. And another mirror going in here towards garage as well.
5 seconds
but not reinforcing the wall next to it. They will leave. They will likely leave this door, or no, sorry, they will close that door, but they will likely leave these walls here unreinforced to give them the opportunity to shoot through it. Right now you have 4 all closely guarding the objective, and the lone roamer at the moment is Alpha, who is lying upstairs in CEO office. He's in a good position here now. It does look like the push is going to come from the terrace. They've already made their way into trading room. And Chad the dude will now push his way into the hallway. Alpha is upstairs. He has been droned out, as you can see, and the drones are following, but Alpha will take Chad the dude down, and that is kill number 1. He'll take Silent as well, and will pick up a triple kill by Alpha as he'll eliminate Anti-Thunder as well. My apologies there for not getting the action. I was trying to cycle to him, and I thought I had him, but unfortunately, I did not. Aimbot1265 says, you're low-key a good comm. I think that means a commentator. Thank you very much. Alpha picking up kill number 4, and what a play. He just needs one more for the ace. Are they going to give it to him? He'll get healed back to full health, and just him and Corin. That's it. What I typically like to do when I am spectating and shoutcasting is I like to look at the view of the last person left on the team. In this case, it is Corin, so we'll ride along with Corin's Thermite for the next 1 minute and 30 seconds of the round. We'll see if Alpha can get the ace. Usually you will see teams give the courtesy to their teammate, but at the same time, you don't want to risk it if potentially Corin does get the kill on Alpha. And that's the ace. Alpha just waiting for Corin to come right in. Toggle on, toggle off. Alpha grabbing the ace in round number 2 as Corin pushes through the door from terrace. Amazing. We're all tied up. I still can't believe they tried that Hibana elevator trick. I still can't believe it. Like, I mean, it was great. I hope that Alpha's not mad that I didn't get the whole ace on camera. Sometimes you miss some things. Because they were able to successfully defend downstairs, they will now go for tellers and archives. Not uncommon to see a mirror window go down here, as well as a mirror window right here, or a mirror window right here, but they are going to take this whole wall down, give themselves a nice vantage point in from A to B. NightForce successfully droning the location. Round number 3 now begins. This is the tiebreaker, so whichever team wins this, wins the whole thing. NightForce sitting at 6th in the league right now with 1 win and 1 loss. Tag and Bag, as you see, as TAB, currently sitting at last place, 0-3. Chad the Dude will sit out front of the lobby, anticipating the push. We'll watch the windows there as they do some rappelling. They've already taken to the roof, as you can see. Alpha up top, a lot of those windows already shot out. Tense and Flick around back, along with Escobar. Scoreboard just for everybody watching, just since we have a moment of silence here. Escobar, 2 rounds in, already matching his kill total from last game and at half of his kill total from game number 1. We do see a Montaigne of Psych, along with a Glass. They're pinging and they are going to wait to see if they can actually shoot through this. We'll look from above if they can get it. There is a bandit that could bandit trick, but we're not going to see it happen. They are going to successfully blow this wall wide open. The question is there enough space for Montaigne to get through? Not fully extended there is not. They will need to get one above it, or he will need to crouch and walk his way in, which is a precarious position for a Montaigne to be in.
Nest in position.
They'll pop the mirror hatch, and Montaigne will need to pull back as Psych gets hit by one smoke canister now. He'll take substantial damage there. Still 2 remote gas grenades sitting there for smoke, though, at the moment. 2 Valiant upstairs, just waiting. The rest of the defenders look like they'll have to collapse out of the site. They do have a good vantage point right now. The smoke will come in, and it looks like Tense will try to squeeze his way through. Silent will start things off by eliminating Flick. Great job for him and his team. Chad the Dude will eliminate Alpha, and Tense getting Silent, along with Escobar taking 2 Valiant down. That's Escobar's second kill. We'll look through the hole here as Glaz tries to scout out the opposition, and Monty will squeeze his way in now. The last smoke will go down, and Tense will get a shot on smoke, but after that rework, you gotta think that that would have killed him on the old Glaz. Not so much anymore. Anti-Thunder taking Psych down, only Tense and Escobar left. Tense under heavy fire now inside of Archives. He'll manage to snag Corin through the, I guess technically through the Archives. Unfortunately, as he goes for the plant, Chad the Dude will get a nice double kill to end the round on both Tense and Escobar. We'll see it from his perspective now, as he managed to drop Glaz with just a very quick one shot, and then take Twitch out as well through the window into Archives. That'll be round number 3 going in favor of Tag and Bag to put them up 2-1 here on Bank. Round number 4. Aimbot1265 says, "Don't worry, I roasted them in the Discord for the hot breach." I want that clipped. Like, it's got to be clipped. Somebody has to do that and post it in the Siege Contender Series chat. Because I've showcasted a fair number of Rainbow Six games, and that was incredible to watch live.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
They too are going to favor Tellers and Archives, though. Imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. AKA, let's not risk it on any other sites. We will see a Jackal here, which is great because there are a lot of narrow entranceways into this map. Unless the defenders blow it wide open, you do have a number of opportunities for Jackal to be able to throw those smokes down, as Jackal does now have smokes, as both Ash and Thermite lost them. Jackal and Fuse did pick them up. With Jackal having those smoke grenades, they are able to now squeeze in through one of these holes, be it, you know, one of these windows right here, or a doorway, this doorway, or just simply blow a hole through the wall. With Thermite and Hibana, they're going to have a lot of utility with how they breach, and they'll be able to open up as many walls as they need to, and really it's up to them and their coordination here. Looks like they may start from above. It's just out of respect. We'll look from Alpha's perspective, because the last time this happened, I did not pay heed of what he was doing, and he was able to get an ace, and I missed the first 3 kills. Don't know how many he's going to be able to kill from servers downstairs, though, but he's going to check the tunnel and make sure there's no push coming from there. We're a minute in now. You would have seen somebody by now, and now he'll come to the stairs and head up towards open area. Before checking garage. Still nothing. Doesn't have to worry about a slow push. Anti-Thunder looking to descend down the stairs, just to the separating wall between himself and Tellers. Buck will open up the floor to give himself a good vantage point into Archives here. Won't see anything, but it will prompt Tense to have to move, and he himself will scramble out of the way, lest he get killed from above. Psych once again favoring that deployable shield, sitting behind it with an Echo drone in play. That is great for end of the round. Chad the Dude will flush out Escobar above, but Escobar will slowly inch away. He'll look above. It'll be very interesting to see if they can see him. Psych does see Chad the Dude from the floor. He will return fire. Will he be able to pick up a kill here? Does not appear so. He'll light up Jackal as Jackal gets away. And he sees Buck through the floor again. What a great shot by Psych, and he'll take Chad the Dude down. Curious to know if he knows that he's injured. However, he will get picked up, and they'll just have to rotate. Chad the Dude does get picked up, this time by 2 Valiant. Andy Thunder will take Flick down.
Claymore set.
They will plant a Claymore, and Alpha does see them. He will now push up. He's going to run right into Habana. Will he have the ability to take her out of a fight? An empty hallway.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Just as I switch to Tense, unfortunately, Silent will get a nice double kill here. He'll take both Tense and Psych out. A triple kill, as this time he eliminates Escobar, and it's just him versus Alpha at the moment. Alpha on the other side of the wall. He can't see him through the wall like we can, but they need to get a plan off. 10 seconds left. You hear the diffuser going down. They'll just sit and they'll watch the entry points. All 5 of the attackers still alive. It is a 1v5 here. It's up to Alpha to clutch this. It'll have to be a clutch ace. He'll get 1, but that's where his streak will end. He'll take Silent tab down, rewarding Silent for his 3 kills. As 2 Valiant getting the final kill of round number 4, and it'll be a 3-1 advantage now for Tag and Bag. So it appears that Chad saying earlier that Tag and Bag were prepared for Bank and had studied it is pretty accurate. Though, one thing to keep in mind is they were up 4-1 in the last match and had NightForce storm back before NightForce was unable to win out the final round. And Tag and Bag would take it by a score of 5-3. We do see a fuse here from Tense, so they do have some smokes, which will be good for them. Though I am sure we will be seeing grenades, stuns, and claymores from the attackers. The safety pick downstairs as they will once again go lockers and CCTV. Corin's shotgun will open up a wall here into A. Once again, Corin is the newest member of this team. Still doesn't have the tag yet. And Silent is actually a fill. While they do set up, here is the scoreboard for you at the moment. Escobar with 2 kills. That's 1 more than he had last game on Skyscraper, and that matches his total on Coastline as well. Alpha top fragging on his team is not much of a surprise. We saw both him and Tense doing a lot of the work for his team, and Silent, after a bit of a down performance on Skyscraper, despite carrying his team on Coastline, now competing with Chad the Dude for top fragger on Bank. Defensive setup is over. We are 10 seconds into the round now. The attackers will begin their push. Interesting to see if we do see them go through sewers. It appears that with Flick and Alpha standing there, both droning, it looks like that's exactly where it would be, but they are by themselves.
What a drag. Yokai can handle this.
Why do the work when you can have robots do it for you? STGX Native, thank you so much for tuning in. And Zach and Aimbot, once again, thank you for watching as well. We are currently sitting at 13 viewers. That is exceptional. That is a high for our broadcast thus far. You couldn't have come at a better time. We are in the tiebreaker right now on Bank. My name is Intero Bang, broadcasting on behalf of the Siege Contender Series. Thank you so much for your viewership. If you have not given a follow to this channel, please do so. We'll be trying to broadcast as many nightly or weekly matches as we can. This is my first as a shoutcaster for the Siege Contender Series, so I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. Thank you again for tuning in. Instead of running the LMG, Tense is favoring the AK-12. He sprays through that wall there. They will open it up with a Hibana, but unfortunately you can see that little piece of metal. That might prohibit them from getting in. They might have to go in on their bellies and prone their way through the hole. You see exactly that from Tense as he's going to smoke. He'll take the Yokai down. That will unfortunately hinder their team, and he tries to get a plant, but unfortunately struggling right now to pick up the diffuser. This must be a case of frustration. Amidst the frenzy that is happening here, Chad the Dude will get the first kill, taking Flick out, and he will now need to plant. Unfortunately, having some difficulties with the diffuser. There we go. He'll finally get it down. But just as he does that, bad timing, he'll have to go through the smoke. He endures the best he can before Silent takes Tense out of contention. And that is 5-3 right now for Tag and Bag. Escobar spies Anti-Thunder, and they will have a gun battle themselves. Anti-Thunder getting the best of Escobar. He will have to retreat. Alpha now going to try for plant number 2. Trying to get Corin behind the wall or behind the desk, and will do so. A great throw. He's going to look for the follow-up kill here on Corin. He will get him. A great grenade there from Alpha. What a play. And with his back here, he's going to have to try to take a plant. 2 Valiant will find him, though, and Anti-Thunder will do the cleanup. That leaves just Psych by himself. And he's going to get pressured from 2 separate angles. He spies Silent on the stairs, but Silent, too much for him to muster. That'll put Tag and Bag at 4-1. That'll push NightForce on the brink of elimination here. Reverse ICS says, Bubba, pretty sure your plant time is wrong. The plant time is currently sitting at 7 seconds, if I remember correctly. It's the standard ESL rules. That's just the one I went by. Tech official says, amount of angled grip is too damn high. Reverse, to the best of my knowledge, my plant time is exactly the same as it is for the standard Go For rules. I can check after this, though, and let you all know. But I just use the set default rules that we've always used in ESL and for the 2 matches previous. Now, we are on the brink of elimination right now for NightForce after they took round number 1 on Coastline. Skyscraper here was round number 2. It was a tensely fought match in which Tag and Bag emerged as the victors, 5-3. This is do or die for NightForce. They do not have any other options. If they fail to defend this site, that's it. Game over. Tag and Bag gets their first win of the series, and NightForce will fall to 1-2 on the series.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers must locate and defuse the bomb.
You see an interesting defense here. They are not protecting B at all. They're assuming a full push on A, and as it stands right now, not a single person from Tag and Bag spawned by sewers, so it does not appear that they will at least use that push through the servers themselves. Tense there sitting patiently and waiting for a push through the tunnels, but unless it's late, not looking like any will come just yet. Psych sitting and waiting by the back alley, but it looks like they all spawned away from it, and now they've already made their way in. Looking to do some damage through this wall here and flush out the lone roamer, and Alpha will fall. That will leave just Psych as the only one left. Not a good look for NightForce if they do want to win this round and push themselves onwards. Psych now waiting, pinned in the electrical room, knowing that there are attackers above him. Time not on his side. Both Flick and Escobar will anchor the defense at the moment, with Tense now cycling towards the stairs, looking to try and be an anti-flank of sorts and catch them off guard. You can see how close he is to Anti-Thunder. As Psych runs for freedom, he'll take Corin down, and that'll put them at a dead even 4-4. But Psych caught in the crossfire here by Silent. He'll fall.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Both Silent and Chad, the dude, doing a great job of pinning him down in that electrical room. Now they're going to need to grab the diffuser and go. Chad, the dude, spying the defense. He and Tense will trade a couple shots. They've got 1 minute left. 60 seconds could stand between a victory or more games for you to enjoy. Tense with his back to the one door where we see the push is going to come from. Chad's drone gets blown out by the door. And it is a 4-3 advantage. Silent does see Tense, gets a couple shots on him. That'll push Tense into bomb site B. See those frag grenades going out here. Good thing they brought along an IQ. They'll need to get a plant off in a flashbang will go down. Escobar taking Anti-Thunder down. Time not on their side. We see Tense lying prone here. He'll get picked up by 2 Valiant. And Flick with an enormous play. This looks like it might actually be in favor. He gets dropped by Hibana, but it doesn't matter because time will run out before they can get a bomb off, NightForce will be saved by the clock, as even though Hibana does drop, isn't able to grab the bomb in time, or the diffuser in time, and start to defuse the bomb. They live to see another day as NightForce takes round number 6. Tellers and archives. A successful defense for tag and bag means that that's the game. Failure to do so, we'll see them fight on attack, as NightForce will take the defense. We see Tense is going to run Fuse for the second round in a row, with a Buck, a Hibana, an Ash, and a Twitch, rounding out the attacker's composition.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
On defense, we see a Smoke, a Valk, a Mira, a Bandit, and a Jaeger. Great thing that they are running a Jaeger with the Fuse pick. The Fuse will give them some smokes, but they only have the one breacher of Hibana. Mizu Fall says, I'm going to be real dude. Your commentator is better than most of the actual ESL commentators. Please keep casting for this league. That's really nice of you to say that. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I would like to keep going, and I have no intentions of stopping. Alpha gave me this opportunity to cast for this league. I reached out to him after seeing the league posting go up, and I'm enjoying myself so far. I am, however, being a bit muted just because I do have roommates sleeping right now, so I've pulled the mic in a little closer. I can't be as animated as I would like to, just because it is presently 1:30 on the East Coast here. But thank you very much, guys. I do really appreciate that. Tech Official and XI13 as well commenting. Thank you very much, and Aimbot1265. I appreciate that. I don't have a color commentator either, so it's interesting for me to be doing this as a spectator and as a shoutcaster, so. But enough about me, because this ultimately isn't about me. This is about the two teams you see fighting before you, both Tag and Bag and NightForce, in a battle to the death. Do or die once again for NightForce. They are down 4-2. Both Miras will get dropped here by Escobar's Twitch. Just opening the room up, not exactly what they'd imagine when they double mirrored it. They sit and wait. NightForce will need to push patiently, and I know that sounds silly because pushing patiently seems to be an oxymoron, but if they get too aggressive and too greedy, it's very easy for the defenders to take the advantage, and momentum swinging in favor of Tag and Bag. That'll be it for NightForce. Now, this isn't a playoff match or anything like that. This is just a general league match, but at the same time, you don't ever want to put yourself in a situation where you're losing games. A great gambit here, though, for NightForce as Alpha eliminates Silent with 1 minute and 30 seconds in a C4 from Anti-Thunder. Will take a chunk of PsyQ's health, but not all of it. Escobar knows, or at least assumes, somebody down that way, as Chad the Dude is spotted on the Twitch drone by Escobar. Sees him pacing in the back room of the main lobby. Also spies up top the Valkyrie. PsyQ, though, will take Anti-Thunder down. Escobar dropping Chad the Dude. Knows that there's still one roamer upstairs. That means that if they are communicating with each other, which you would assume they are, that Corin is all that's left on site. And as you can see, PsyQ so close. Two Valiant exchanging fire with a drone. They wait. 50 seconds. Next, Kairos will go down here and we'll try to give them a window into Tellers or into Archives, and PsyQ will be creating a little door through that reinforced wall. Hopefully no glitches and they'll be able to get through. Corrin will drop the first smoke canister, though, and give some area denial. 30 seconds left. He can just potentially zone Hibana out and prevent a plant from that angle. The second canister will go down with 25 seconds. Might not be timing it perfectly, as Escobar is able to break through the door into Teller's office. He's getting pressured from all angles now. Unfortunately, not enough, as Corrin eliminated by Escobar. Attackers winning round 7. That's great for NightForce. They'll push 4-3. One more round for them to potentially push this game into overtime. Mizu Fall says, also Reverse thought you were the other caster Bubba. Bubba Def has the wrong plant time. We had him host our game today. I think it's on 5 seconds. I apologize if I have any of the rules incorrect. Right now, we are using the rules that I have used through ESL and the Go 4 tournaments that my team has played in. And I just created a playlist using that. So I should really hope that we're on 7-second diffuse time, because that's what it is, and that's what it was when we first started. My name is Interrobang. I am not Bubba, but Bubba's an endearing name, though I don't think I've ever been referred to as Bubba, so that is a first. So, a brazen play here from NightForce as they decide to defend on CEO upstairs, which is the first time we're actually seeing this get played. I wonder if they feel that their defense hasn't been particularly strong, either downstairs or above, or downstairs or on the first floor. So they're taking a gamble. They took a gamble with the hatch drop. As you saw, it really did not pan out. Hopefully this one for them does, because if not, elimination. And Tag and Bag takes match number 3 and the series by a score of 2-1. Defense here, some late arrangements as they scramble to get everything set up. Will 3 minutes make the difference between NightForce winning or Tag and Bag eliminating NightForce from the 3-game series? A push around back. It looks like it's going to be very quick as both Silent and Anti-Thunder put themselves in a great position here by square stairs, the white stairs in the east side of the bank. Still reinforcements going on. 30 seconds into the match and we are still seeing some reinforcements go up as Castle trying to figure out where he needs to be situated. Right now, no roamers. All on site at the very moment, and it looks like first contact might be between the 2 Spanish operators. Anti-Thunder making a push here. He sees the Castle barricade go up, and they know that Castle on the other side of it. Unfortunately, they can't fire their way through it. We see the double breaching power here. This could be a very coordinated push from 2 Valiant and Corin. They do break that one Castle barricade, and they see the hole through that closet. They'll trade very quickly. Anti-Thunder and Flick getting Psych Q and Chad the Dude as well. You see Escobar spying Anti-Thunder's feet through the drone hatch, but can't do much with it. This is a hectic situation here now. NightForce fighting for their survival. Alpha taking Anti-Thunder down, 2 Valiant taking Tense down before Alpha immediately avenges him. That'll put the attackers at a disadvantage right now by the score of 1. Silent and Corin being the only ones remaining. 1 minute and 10 seconds. The thermite charge will go off. They're going to need 1 kill here at least to give themselves some confidence. Unfortunately, with his back turned, Silent falls to Escobar, and that means that it's just Corin. Hopes and dreams of elimination rests in Corin's hands. Alpha sees him. The question is who is going to prevail in this shootout? Corin grabs the diffuser and will now keep walking.
Bomb located by attackers.
He'll take Flick down. That'll probably draw Alpha out of the closet into open area. And Alpha will now push upstairs. He'll collapse onto site as only 25 seconds remain on the clock. Unfortunately for Corin, they will now go to overtime, unable to pull through for his team as Escobar does cleanup work here with only seconds left. He sees Thermite push through the hole. Makes quick work of him. We'll go to overtime. First time so far. Excellent job. Good luck in overtime for both teams. This was 4-1 in favor of Tag and Bag, and NightForce came roaring back. And as you can see, we're going to extra innings, folks. Tag and Bag being very fortunate here to roll lockers and CCTV, or sorry, very unfortunate here to have to defend twice. If they fail on lockers CCTV, they do get a second chance should they win on attack.
Protect your bombs from being used by attackers.
But if it's up to me, I'd rather only defend once, and that favors NightForce in this situation. We'll see what they can make of it. Echo, Jaeger, Valk, Smoke, and a Rook for your defensive composition on attack. Twitch, Thermite, Hibana, a Monty, and a Buck. Tense has been favoring Fuse a lot this match. We see now that he'll be rolling with a Montaigne. Tense is a very active and very accurate shot. To take him off of that and put him on a character that is, or an operator that is more positioning and strategy oriented is very bold by that team. And to have somebody that you know is going to be making most of their gunfights and is able to give you that advantage.
Attackers are moving to defuse.
I don't know how I feel about the strategy to move him towards an operator that will not be using his gun much, if at all. The scoreboard for those of you, while the attackers push in, as you can see in the top right corner of the screen, it looks like it's going to be an all-in in sewers, and with a Monty, that's probably your best bet. Push through servers, get into A, get that quick plan off, and get the heck out of there. I'll take the scoreboard down now. Alpha still topping his team, 5 of those 11 kills coming from the ace in round number 2 as well. And the lead off here for them as Tense makes his way into servers, followed by Flick. Psych and Alpha will be close behind. The real question is, where is Escobar? And he is nowhere to be found. Having to run now down to the garage.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Chad the Dude, though, will eliminate Psych, so that will stall the push just a tiny bit. Not what they needed to. They will, however, get the thermite charge off, and now it's up to Tense to wedge himself through that hole and get a plant off behind him. The diffuser is down, though, as Psych was the one holding it. He sees the yokai, he aims his magnum, but unfortunately it drops before he can make much use of it. No point in really getting through that drone hole, or through that, I guess, that thermite hole, without the yokai being taken down. Because the moment you know that you start to get in there, he's just going to knock Monty right out of his shield. The smoke grenades will go off here as they look to get a plant down through the hole that was made by their teammate Thermite. The first smoke canister will go out on A, deny them the plant. They have picked the diffuser up now, and as you can see, this is how their push is shaping up to be. Flick will be joining them from behind, while Alpha and Tense just sit and wait. Escobar still on the Twitch drone, just being a nuisance, but sitting and waiting in the garage there for the push. If there's any way to take out that echo and that smoke, it's going to be up to Escobar, ultimately, to take Corrin out, as Corrin sits and waits. Grenade goes down here to try and flush Anti-Thunder out. Only one smoke grenade remaining for Corrin at the moment, as both Silent and 2 Valiant are sitting very far back, though they do have the ability to see through that wall by B into A. We have a standoff with 30 seconds left. The last will go down as that smoke canister misses, and Escobar picking Corrin off, but it doesn't really matter because ultimately they still were able to get it down. 2 Valiant eliminating Escobar. That'll put the defense in a good position in terms of a numbers advantage. However, at the same time, they do have that diffuser timing away. Halfway through the diffuse time now, with Anti-Thunder trying to get a pick on Flick, he will do just that. That'll leave just Tense and Alpha alive, and as Chad takes Alpha down, it's just up to Tense to try to keep himself alive. Unfortunately, Anti-Thunder is able to get around behind him, get the melee off, and as you can see, that's the round. Defender's winning round 1. I don't know why he's saying good game. It's not quite over yet. NightForce does have one more round. That'll put the advantage in favor of Tag and Bag. So with that said, NightForce will go to defense. They were successful when they defended upstairs on CEO. You have to wonder if they would pick that position again. Aimbot1265 says that drew Alpha out of the closet. Aimbot picking up on just a little bit of a joke that I made. That was deliberate. I knew exactly what I was saying. It does appear that NightForce is going to go with lockers and CCTV. They're not going to gamble upstairs again. This is it for NightForce. I know I've said do or die probably 4 or 5 times so far over the last 2 games, but this is quite literally do or die. If NightForce loses, there is no comeback whatsoever. That is it. The game is over. So it's all on the shoulders of Tag and Bag to pull through, or NightForce to push it all the way to the end and go to round number 11. While they set up, here is the scoreboard for you. Escobar doing a great job. Really came to his own over the last game. And that's exactly what NightForce needed. There is a direct relation to how well NightForce played and how well Escobar was playing, too. As for the rest of the team, Tense bottom fragging, unfortunately, after top fragging in game number 1. And then, as you can see for Tag and Bag, Chad the Dude and Silent trading with the lead in frags on their team, though not the score lead. We see a standard mirror hold here with a rotation hole into A. They will pick up the last of the Rook armor, still 1 left. We did see We did see them help themselves to some rook armor, but Flick will eliminate it and make sure that the attackers aren't able to pick up that armor and give themselves a little bit extra sustain in that fight. Here we go. 30 seconds in. They're going to break in up on the second floor here. Anti-Thunder making a push. They did bring a bunch of smokes through Jackal. Flashes, impacts, and a Claymore with Hibana as well. You gotta think how sweaty the palms must be of both of these teams right now. You gotta also imagine how much sweatier they're gonna get if NightForce manages to pull it out and force round number 11. This is a very slow and methodical push so far. Knowing that it's downstairs, it's very interesting. They're trying to secure the roamers and take them down, but so far not really seeing much of anything. We are 90 seconds in yet, and they have yet to even really approach the basement at the moment. They're just trying to get to the back stairs, and time is not on their side. I understand that Tag and Bag might want to play this smart, but they're going to need to make something happen incredibly quickly because they have all 5 defenders still alive as that clock ticks down. I think you could argue that it greatly and demonstrably benefits those on defense. So NightForce is in great position in that regard. We see with 1 minute to go, their push is going to start in earnest. Corrin, unfortunately, running over top of the Ash charge as it detonates and takes a chunk of his life out of the way. That's going to be 1 thermite charge down, a 2nd thermite charge down, as well as Tense Kobe's that smoke grenade right into, or smoke canister, right into the doorway. They're going to need to get their push here, and just like that, back to the wall. Corrin is going to get it down. Tense is going to overthrow that smoke, but one of them will get Corrin. Corrin will get it down just as the smoke takes him, and that is a quick 2 kills for NightForce. NightForce will pick up their teammate here, and they'll just have to wait now.
Defenders have eyes on the defuse. Attackers need to protect.
Tense and Flick will push towards the diffuser before Silent takes a chunk of their health out of the way, and time is running out. We are over halfway there. Psych and Alpha, the only one left is Chad the Dude. He takes Tense down. They are not on the diffuser just yet. They are going to need to start diffusing it right now, and with Chad falling, that will be NightForce's round to lose. We are going to round number 11, the ultimate tiebreakers of tiebreakers here. Rewarding Alpha's play by shooting him with that stim pistol. And yes, round number 11. This is the first time that we are seeing this over these 3 games. It's the first time we saw overtime, number 1 and number 2. It's the first time that we are actually seeing a game go to final match point. With Tag and Bag having to defend twice, they will now go to Tellers and Archives, and that's where their fate will rest. Flick playing Fuse this time and not Tense. We see Buck, Sledge, Hibana, Fuse, and Twitch on attack. Fuse does have those smoke grenades now, so that really helps them. And since it is Tellers and Archives, they can smoke after he fuses from above. So a lot of opportunities here for them to play around that. You can cluster charge from above, make them scatter, potentially smoke a hatch, have a quick drop, or even smoke from the hatch above after they've managed to get a Hibana hole in the wall and plant from there on out. Though they are not running Thermite, so there is not double breaching power, but we'll see what Psych is able to make happen with that Hibana. On defense, you see a Bandit, a Pulse, a Jaeger, a Valk, and a Smoke. We haven't seen Pulse actually played in quite a while, so this is a refreshing take on it. No Mira or Rook this time around. And of course, a Jaeger there. Hopefully that ADS will get flushed out by Fuse's grenades for NightForce's sake. Because if that ADS still stays up when you throw those smokes, you're not going to get much utility out of them.
Attackers' objective is to defuse the bomb.
3 minutes will determine who wins and who loses here in the final match of our Siege Contender Series match of the evening. My apologies there. It is late, and I ran out of coffee hours ago. Alpha busting the windows out here. They'll look to try and take hold of second floor. At the moment, Silent Tab is roaming on main floor. You see two Valiants sitting here just outside a CEO office. We'll take the drone down, but gets droned out yet again, this time by Flick. The question is whether two Valiant will have to move. It's way too important for them to have to hold up there. We'll see Alpha through the window, unfortunately, get out-peeked by Buck and get taken down. We'll try to crawl towards Chad the Dude to get picked up. But Chad's going to try to take Alpha down. Unfortunately, that grenade from Alpha will roll and take Valiant out of the fight. Flick now eliminating Silent. This is NightForce's round to lose with a 5-3 advantage with just a minute into the game. Chad the Dude getting the first kill for his team to try and even this out by taking Flick out of the fight. He'll also see PsyQ run by. That would be a crucial loss for the attackers to lose Hibana with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining. Anti-Thunder finding Escobar with a C4, and that'll be even at 3 apiece. 2 great kills from Tag and Bag to ensure that NightForce doesn't steamroll them in the final round of this match here on Bank. We see Anti-Thunder doing some scouting work with that heartbeat sensor, trying to find what is left alive of NightForce. Tents sitting in open area here. Now keep in mind, they still do have Psych up. So they still do have the ability to hard breach if they need to. But you also see the way the defense is positioned right now. Nobody actually sitting on B. Will they hard breach A or will they hard breach B? That's the big question here. Time slowly running out though. Chad the Dude waiting patiently for them to start Hibanaing one of those walls. That Bandit 3 speed so quick, able to run out into the hallway and hopefully pick up a kill. You see Tents push out just outside of Chad's view. But he'll do some remodeling, and unfortunately he'll expose Psych, who will fall to Chad, but Chad gets taken out by Tents. Tents essentially just traded Psych's life for Chad himself. He'll throw a grenade that'll get eaten by the ADS, and time desperately running out now. He'll throw a second one. This time it'll roll back, and you'll see the first smoke go down. That'll keep him out. They won't get that doorway, and just as Sledge tries to break in and go for it, he'll pick up Anti-Thunder, and will he get the plant off? He won't. Just as he starts to plant, that smoke lingers, and he will get taken down. What an outstanding finish just as he's about to plant, getting injured by that smoke grenade. That smoke has longer hang time than Charles Barkley. As you can see, Tag and Bag will take game number 3 after losing game number 1 on Coastline in great fashion, taking Skyscraper 5-3, and then here 6-5 on Bank. Your scoreboard, Alpha topping the scoreboard for his team, and Chad as well for his. So that will be it. The game is in the books. As you can see, the teams will now file out of the lobby as Tag and Bag gets their first win of the series. They will move to 1-3, and NightForce will fall to 1-2 so far in the series. My name is Interrobang. Thank you so much for your viewership. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. It was wonderful shoutcasting. Hopefully you guys are able to watch the video, clip what you'd like, and hopefully you'll see me again soon. I had a really great time, and I don't expect that to change next time around. So thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your evening. If you haven't given us a follow yet, please do so. This was Interrobang on behalf of the Siege Contenders series, broadcasting you our nightly match of Tag and Bag, winning with a score of 2-1 over NightForce. Have a great evening. Thanks again.